Grinding out the reputations for the Raiders and Settlers factions in Fallout 76 can take a very long time, especially if you don't know how to get the most reputation. But some of the best items in the game are locked behind these factions and require max reputation to get them. So in this video, I will be showing you every way to get faction reputation, and some tricks that you can use to get bonus reputation every day. But before this video starts, if you're a fan of the Fallout games and the Fallout TV show, click the link in the pinned comment of this video to join my Fallout Discord server, where you can find other people to play Fallout 76 with, discuss the Fallout TV show, or just talk about anything related to Fallout. Now, the first way to get reputation for the Settlers and Raiders is through the daily quest that will be given to you at Foundation and the Crater. Now, of course, this is probably something everyone already knew about, but there's actually ways to get bonus reputation within these dailies, and some of them have secret endings that will give even more reputation. But let's start off with the daily quest for the Settlers. The Settlers will only have one daily quest, which will be Vital Equipment. This will be given to you by Ward and Foundation. For this quest, you'll need to go to the marked area of the map, then when you get there, tune your radio into the Foundation Property Tracker radio signal. Then use that to find the piece of equipment in the area. Now, this piece of equipment will be held by either a Blood Eagle enemy or a Raider. If it's a Blood Eagle, you'll need to kill them and then take the equipment, but if it's a Raider, you will have a choice to make. Once you find the Raider, you'll be able to talk to them, and here you can just let them keep the equipment. This will give you a small bump of reputation for the Raiders, but you will lose reputation with the Settlers. Or you can just kill the Raider like normal and take the equipment from them. With the equipment, you will then need to go back to Ward at Foundation, and here you'll have another choice to make. When talking to Ward at the end of the quest, you'll have 3 dialogue options. The first 2 will give basic rewards for completing the quest, including gear, consumables, and treasury notes, and reputation for the Settlers. But if you choose the option to donate your reward to Foundation, you'll get treasury notes, and you'll get bonus reputation, and the normal amount of reputation. So if you're trying to raise your reputation with the Settlers, always donate your rewards. The Raiders will have 2 daily quests, which will come from the Crater. The first one will come from Roxy, and it will be called Retirement Plan. For this quest, you'll need to track down a Raider that has run away from Crater. When you find the Raider, you'll have 2 options. You can either kill the Raider or you can talk to them. When talking to the Raider, you can use the dialogue options to either tell the Raider to go back to Crater for a small amount of extra Raider reputation, or you can tell them to go to Foundation. Sending them to Foundation will give you a small amount of Settlers reputation. Or like I mentioned, you can just kill the Raider for the normal amount of Raiders reputation. After making your choice, you will then need to return to Crater and talk to Roxy, where again you'll have some options with the dialogue. But the option that you always want to pick is Appalachia has a new corpse, as picking this option will give the most bonus reputation. The next Raider daily quest is called The Importance of Communication, which will be given to you by Ren. This is a very simple quest where you'll just need to go to the quest area and find 3 vacuum tubes, then bring them to a tinker's bench and repair them, and then you can bring them back to Ren. Just like the Vital Equipment Settlers quest, you can choose to forfeit the quest rewards to get bonus Raider reputation, and you'll still get treasury notes. Now, these 3 daily quests will give you a lot of reputation, and you should do them every day, until you max out your reputations with each faction. But there is another daily quest that you'll want to add into this, and all you'll need for this daily quest is a Pro Snap camera. You can get one of these by building a personal terminal at your camp, or using one at someone else's camp. Then on the personal terminal, click the option for the suspicious person, which will lead you to a body with a camera on it. Then you can bring that to a tinker's bench and repair it. Once you have a working Pro Snap camera, a new daily quest will appear at the Overseer's house. When you get to the Overseer's house, talk to Davenport, and he will have a quest for you called Photo Opportunity. Now for this quest, you'll have to pick a faction to take photos of. The faction that you pick to take photos of will be the faction that you will not get reputation for. So for example, if I decide to take photos of the Crater, I will get reputation for the Settlers, and vice versa. To get faction reputation from this quest, you will first need to pick a faction to take photos of, then go and take the photos. After you've taken the photos, a new optional objective will pop up to take those photos to the other faction. Doing this will give you faction reputation for the faction that you give the photos to. Then you can return to Davenport to end the quest and get treasury notes. The next thing that you can do to get reputation is a daily quest at the Whitespring Resort. When you get to the Whitespring Resort, a daily refuge quest will be given to you. This will come from a list of 3 possible quests, but the one that you're looking for is a quest called Recipe for Success. Now this quest won't be available every day, but when it is available, you'll want to make sure that you do it. For this quest, you'll need to help the chef make a stew. Then you'll be told to give that stew to either the raider or the settler that will be nearby. Whichever person you give the stew to will give you reputation for their faction. Again, this quest will not be available every day, so you'll need to pop into the Whitespring Refuge every day to see if it's there. There will also be 2 hidden events that you can do for raider reputation. These will be found at the Ohio River Adventures location right here on your map. When you get here, talk to Black Eye, who will be looking for Mirelurk meats. The best thing that you can give Black Eye is the Mirelurk Queen meat, as it will give the most reputation. To find a Mirelurk Queen, just head over to Mac's farm. There's always one there. Then you can give Black Eye the Mirelurk Queen meat for raider reputation. Then you'll want to talk to the Fishbones NPC, who will be on the docks near Black Eye. If you offer him your help, he will spawn some Mirelurks that will be attacking the water purifier. Kill them and then talk to Fishbones for more raider reputation. And you can do both of these events every day. And finally, there are 2 public events that will give reputation. First is the Eviction Notice public event. This event will be 8 minutes of fighting super mutants while defending the Rad Scrubber. But if you successfully complete this public event, you will get settler reputation. And the second public event is Moonshine Jamboree, which will give you raider reputation when you successfully complete this event. Again, this will be a longer defense event, but it's pretty easy. If you're trying to raise your reputation quickly, you'll want to make sure that you're doing these public events as often as you can, as they each give slightly more reputation than the daily quests, and there's no limit on how many of these that you can do per day. Now, just in case you're new and maybe you don't know this, the Settlers and Raiders factions will have 7 ranks, which are Hostile, Cautious, Neutral, Cooperative, Friendly, Neighborly, and Ally. Your goal is to reach the Ally rank for both factions, as that will unlock everything that the faction has to offer. To go from Neutral to Ally with each faction, you'll need to earn 12,000 reputation. Then once you're at the Ally rank, you can find the Settlers vendor Samuel outside of the entrance to Foundation. And you can find the Raiders vendor Mortimer inside the Crater Core. These vendors will be selling rare and powerful plans for gold bullion. For example, Samuel sells the plans for the compound bow, and Mortimer will sell the plans for the Gauss minigun, which are 2 very strong weapons. And those are a bunch of things that you'll need to make sure that you're doing to gain faction reputation quickly in Fallout 76. But I hope this video helps you, and thank you for watching.